Hi there, Gary here from the Australian Cleaning and Restoration Academy. Today to talk to you a little bit about timber floor drying. So, timber floor drying. Pretty big subject. Now, it's not for everyone. You need to have patience. A lot of restorers want in and out and don't have patience. So you need to think about how it's timber dried and how is it dried for many years. It's been proven. They dry it with wetter heat. Not dry heat, they dry with wetter heat. So what they do when they dry timber, they heat it and exhaust it in a kiln. And they have enough moisture content in that kiln so it doesn't haze and dry and crack the top of that board. So when you're looking at drying timber, you have to look at components of the moisture in the timber. You've got the free water and you've got the bound water. They're the main two. You've got the vapor that leaves the free water when it leaves, but you've got those main two. So you could go to a timber floor and say, over here is reading 12% and over here is reading 15%, and you could dry it down to 12%, but it's still cupped. The only way to get rid of the cupping is you have to get rid of the bound water. So once you get rid of the bound water, so sometimes you're drying all of the free water out of the timber that can be replaced with atmospheric conditions. Once you get rid of the free water, then you can attack the bound water. So sometimes you have to over dry timber to get rid of the bound water to get it flat, and then put the free water back into the boards. And it could be from waiting for a season change, or you could put it, speed it up with an evaporative cooler to get the moisture back in the top of the boards. So that's what you can look at with timber. So how do I obtain this? The best way is some of our Australian hardwoods here really respond best at 45 degrees plus on the boards, at least over 40. We have some of our timbers in Australia are the hardest timbers in the world. If you look at the timber on the Jenga scale, like if you look at a timber like red ironbark, it's one of the hardest timbers out there. You'll know when you start to hammer probe into the timber, you go, wow, that's a hard timber to get my hammer probe into. So when you look at these dense boards, it's hard to get them wet, but it's also hard to get them dry. And the thing to fix that is creating a higher vapor pressure on the material, escaping the water to a lower vapor pressure of the air. So how would you do this? So the best way is to energize that boards. And once you energize the boards, the moisture can go into the air. So there's lots of heat drying applications that you can use to heat the floor, to raise that surface temperature, create that evaporation, moisture goes into the air, and there's things where you can do heat and exhaust. I don't usually like to use dehumidification on hardwood timber floor. I like to use exhaust system exactly the same as I've been working for many years in a kiln. I'm going to heat it and exhaust it, and I'm going to control my relative humidity so it doesn't get too low. I can do that with certain controls on certain heat and exhaust machines so that are out in the marketplace. Happy to help further if you guys want to have a discussion on this. Hit me up, here to help. But I hope that helps a little bit about hardwood timber floor drying. Give me a call. We do have now a training facility, interactive training facility, where we have a hardwood floor on battens, a hardwood floor on ply, on concrete, and a hardwood floor, and these are all 22 mil mixed hardwood laid on particle board, 15 mil particle board on a suspended floor. So we have lots of range of floors there so that you can come along and learn how to dry. So difficult. So when you look at a hardwood floor laid on ply and concrete, that is a difficult floor to dry. So if you want to come and learn, hit me up at the Australian Cleaning and Restoration Academy, and we'd be happy to help you. Thanks for watching.